Hello everyone, my name is Sherry Chen and I will be presenting my final project for CIS 3367 for Professor Wheeler. And in my project, I will focus on 6 Netflix shows and its viewership statistics by using simple macros and visual basics to analyze my data. And in today's video, I will teach you 3 main topics, which is to sort and filter macros and insert buttons, show you some simple VBA coding to automate processes, and to do a correlation analysis. There's a lot to unfold, so let's get started. So you can go down and see my raw data tab, and it shows you that this raw data is actually purely hypothetical and does not actually reflect the true viewership of Netflix show. I gathered this information from an introductory Excel class from General Assemblies, which was free to use by the public. To start off, in the raw data section, you can see that there is the subscriber ID, which is a unique number for each Netflix subscriber. Then there is the 6 listed show that I showed before, and the episodes watched, episode length in minutes from 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and then the total minutes watched by each subscriber. Now that we understand this information a little bit more, let's go into creating some simple macros with sorting and filtering. I've already created 5 different buttons, as you can see up here, and I already assigned macros to some of them. And over here, I already sorted the subscriber and the episodes watched. I click on it and you can see that it's already changed from the subscriber ID from smallest to largest and the episodes watched from largest to smallest. And now let's do one where we can do one together and show the total minutes and the show. And let's sort by actually going to the developer tab and going to record macro. We can name it as sort total minutes show. Perfect. And I go okay. And I can now go to data. I can go to sort and I can make my changes by first sorting with total minutes. I can want to change it from largest to smallest. I want to change this, then sort the show, sort it by A to Z. Perfect. Now you see all the data has been changed, and this is exactly what we want. So go back to the developer tab and stop recording. I created these 5 buttons by actually going to the insert tab over here and then clicking on button. And that's how I got it. So now that I've already created my buttons, I can just right click and I assign my macro. And my macro, we called it sort total minutes show. Okay, and now it's done. And you can see I can click here, it works. All right, let's do one where we are sorting the total minutes that's over 90 minutes. So this one is actually using filter instead. And if I click here, it actually filters everything by 90 minutes more. So let's show where you want to only see episodes watched as from 1 to 3 episodes watched. We can also go over here and record a macro again. We can go to filter episodes watched and I click OK. After that, I can click over here. I can click number filter. I say between 1 to 3. And I click OK. And now all the changes have been made again. Everything's good. I stop recording. I can go back over here and I click on right click, assign macro. We assigned it as filter episodes watched. I click OK. Now it's all done. In addition to this, I can also clear all my filter by using this clear filter button. Everything goes back to normal. Perfect. So next, I also created a pivot table to show each subscriber's total minutes of watching of the 6 different Netflix shows in total minutes. And in here, I also created it with pivot table to show the statistics on the total minutes watched for each show. There is information on the sum, average, max, and min. This is helpful information because it provides insights on which show is performing well in terms of total minutes watched. You can see that Lost and also Walking Dead has the most in terms of total minutes watched. In this next sheet, I also created similar to the tab before where I created a pivot table that shows the statistics on the episodes watched. And you can see that there is the sum, average, max, and min. Let's do some macro. I can go over to record macro and let's click on type in insert txt, which is text, right? I click OK, and now it's recording. I go to A1. I can type in Netflix shows. All right, and then click on A2. Let's name it, so give it a header, right? Total minutes statistics. Okay, perfect. I like that. And now it's done. I stop recording. And I wanted to show the same thing over here for episodes watched, but I don't want to retype everything because I'm kind of lazy. How do I do that? I can go into my Visual Basics, and now we can actually see some of the changes that we did. Okay, so here you can see that here's the code. Insert text, and it says total minutes. Instead of saying total minutes, I want to say episodes watched. So let me go back. I can actually code a little bit, do a little bit of coding. I delete this part, leave some space. I say active sheet dot name. I put a space and then space. And then you can see, click back over here and click the run button and see it already made all the changes for me. Episodes watched, that's the name of this active sheet. Let's go back and let's create another macro since it's so cool. I want to record macro again, and let's see format text, okay? TXT. All right, so let's go to A1, go home. Let's change up some of the formatting because it doesn't look so pretty. I bold it, I make it red, I make it bigger, bold it. I don't really like the decimal places over here, so I'll highlight all this and have 0 decimal. Oops, let me try again. So I highlight everything. Oh, sorry about that. Excel is not playing well. All right. Do that, and now I don't like decimal places. Looks good. I can go back to developer tab and I stop recording. All right, I really like this. I want to do the same thing over here, and I can go into actually my Visual Basics again. This is all the code that we did before. You can click over here and you can just click run. Everything is done, and this looks really good. Let's go back to Visual Basics once more. I created this code beforehand. So let's see where it is. Okay, so I was able to find my code afterwards, and now I see that over here, I've actually coded it by actually creating a format list, that's the name of it, on the VBA platform, and I want to select this range, right? I want to select A6 and all this content, going back to Visual Basics. I want to change the actual interior color to highlight it into an Excel theme color dark 2. So I can show you how this would look like by going on to run and seeing that this has changed the color. Same thing over here. I can go back to Visual Basics. I can click run. It changes the color too. This is perfect. This looks so much better than before. Now let's move on to our last part, which is the correlation analysis. And for this correlation analysis, I created a correlation matrix, which allows us to understand the relationship between multiple variables, such as the time spent watching the shows. And you can see I created the correlation formula on Excel, and for this it actually pretty much highlights the columns that I want to highlight, and I did absolute cell reference so that it highlights everything and it gives you the numbers automatically. This is all for the same over here, and it's kind of repetitive. For over here, I created a scatter plot chart that actually compares both Mad Men and Weeds. Basically, I see that the correlation between Mad Men and Weeds is really close to 1, and it's positive, meaning that people who watch Mad Men is also likely going to watch Weeds, which makes sense because the content itself is quite similar. And now you can actually have a better visualization and understand the context a little bit more. So overall, let's go back to our title. Now that I've taught you a bit of how to sort and filter macros and use a little bit of VBA coding to do, and also do a little bit of correlation analysis, you see that there are many ways to interpret information and to make things faster and more efficient using VBA. So the next time you're considering to chill and watch Netflix, maybe you can consider creating your own VBA analysis. Thank you so much.